tell me, what did you think about it when you first heard?
The first thing was just anger. But then very guiltily, I was also very happy on how lucid he had been. Because he was so crystal clear. None of that long letter or the video, the hour and a half long video, was wasted on anything. He had articulated his points so clearly. In a way I haven't seen being done before. Now, the reason I take the positions I do on this is because, being a gay man, there's never, I'm never going to get married or anything like that. So I'm safe in that sense. When she was saying, the husband and the family, since when did we get into collective punishment?
Yeah.
Right. Collective punishment is a Nazi thing. It's a sip and half clause. Right. How do you get in? How does a civilized democracy based on Anglo-Saxon jurisprudence get into Nazi-style sip and half collective punishment? The same thing happens with the Anglo-Saxon presumption of guilt. Is changed to the Napoleonic presumption of innocence, is changed to the Napoleonic presumption of guilt. You have to prove yourself innocent.
Innocent, yeah.
Right. And remember, the Napoleonic presumption of guilt comes about because the French police take a very, very long time to investigate a case. They build a watertight case which is so strong, and at that point it is based on a certain police investigative system. You can't have an Anglo-Saxon policing system combined with a Napoleonic presumption of guilt or innocence system, right? So there's a lot of very low-grade legal thinking on this. If you remember, my other lawyer, Nikhil, who was working on the laws that came after the Nirbhaya thing, it was completely hijacked by these activists who they wanted to make the laws gender neutral. Because like we discussed during the Article 3, the IPC 377 discussion, tomorrow if I get raped, I have absolutely no recourse to the law except Section 377. Okay. And if it's a woman, she will get away with it. If I get raped by a woman, she will get away with it. Mostly men who get raped by women, and I know some men who have been raped by women, not raped, but sexually molested by women, they are so ashamed to come and talk about it because like, yaar main bolunga, and they are scared because the woman will then say...
that the other way around.
Yeah, and it's in your face sexual harassment.
But see, some of the media shows that happened later, online media, they say those are such few that as a result of that, the other side will get misrepresented. Women who have been physically...
Look, that family and her were given the opportunity. The teams went to interview the family. They could have sat down, invited them for a cup of tea and had a nice conversation with them. They were sitting on the balcony, abusing them, threatening them. They were literally validating all the behavior that Atul Subhash had accused them of. Literally the first point. I mean, how much benefit of the doubt are you going to give them? When I completely accept, I've seen this, I've heard lawyers say this, I've heard police say this. Of course, they blame each other. The women usually don't want to file cases, but the police or the lawyers invariably encourage. When you ask the police, they'll say, "Sir, हमने कुछ नहीं किया है, ये lawyer ने करवाया है." When you go ask the lawyers, they'll say, नहीं, हम तो कुछ नहीं करना चाहते थे.
FIR क्या करेंगे without this?
Without
I'm going
this.
to come to this.
Right. But sorry. So what happens is, there is already a path for rectification in all of this. First is clubbing all the cases together. The second is the absolute unwavering use of perjury on persons filing cases. And when you accuse the false case filer of perjury, tab doodh ka doodh, pani ka pani ho jayega, because they will come clean on if they did it or if the lawyer made them do it, who needs to at that point be disbarred, or the police made them do it, who then needs to be sacked. And the point is, it is precisely because of that lawyers and the police will never file a perjury case. Courts will never take cognizance of perjury that has happened during a trial. 98% of all cases were found to be false. 98%. Perjury filing, not even one. And perjury is something a court can take suo motu cognizance of. But
Which
even
never
in this
happens,
case, the FIRs have been filed on everyone except the judge in this case, Rita Kaushik, who there are very serious dying declaration accusations against her. The Bangalore police have clarified they don't even intend to file anything against her. And the same courts that took cognizance of one judge making some derogatory remarks about one community have taken a zero suo motu cognizance of this. And today that judge has put out some issued notifications to all social media and things like that saying, how can you do this? And it's contempt and whatnot.
Do subscribe to the ANI Clips channel to get shorter versions of this podcast. Click here to watch the full episode.